Welcome back. This segment of the Sports Source brought to you by Rusty Wallace Kia on Callahan Drive. The last 5 vehicles I have bought have all come from Rusty Wallace Kia on Callahan Drive. There is no hassle. The customer service department is the best in town. I've owned a lot of cars over the years, and in terms of dealerships with good customer service, I love these guys. Great place to go, whether it's a Sorrento, which I've had 4 of those, or a Telluride, which I have now. Never had any issue out of a Kia. Rusty Wallace Kia on Callahan Drive. Get out there and see them this week off I-75. All right. This is our 20th question out of 20, not counting the 10 or so that I also threw in that bowl segment, the bonuses. College basketball is all about tournament play. We all know that. So much so the regular season just kind of gets completely overshadowed by what happens in March. With that in mind, if Rick Barnes and the Vols want the fan base to say this was a successful season, what does Tennessee need to accomplish in March? And that can be SEC tournament, NCAA tournament. Do you think an SEC tournament win would cancel out an NCAA tournament flop?
No.
So, okay, we've already gotten to that then.
Yeah, really.
So let's just talk about March Madness. Because I agree with you.
Yeah.
We all want, I know you want to see an SEC tournament championship.
Yeah.
Fans want to see one. But if you win one and then go out in the first or second round of the NCAA tournament, that SEC tournament is going to be forgotten. So let's talk about what do they have to do in March Madness to make this a success. Anyone? Putting it on Isaiah.
I obviously want to see. I think we started to set the bar at the Sweet 16. That's something we've seen a few times around the program. Of course, the Elite Eight was the furthest we ever been. So we can't be too harsh on them, but you want to see certainly a tournament win or two, because we win all 4 years, but I think a couple of times we went out and didn't get a win, so they even question if you deserve to even be there in that point. Want to win the SEC tournament. If you do win the SEC tournament and one game in the NCAA tournament, I think it's great, but if you go to the Sweet 16 and never mind what you do in the SEC tournament, I feel like it was a good year.
Well, I'll let you guys answer, and I'll come back with a follow-up.
Well,
where are you going?
I don't know how pressed for time we are, but I have got to insist that the regular season does matter. It matters to me. I think everybody's just missing the boat if you put everything on 40 minutes in March where you have a bad shooting night. Enjoy this season. Enjoy this team. This is 30 games to enjoy.
But
so
do you agree that most people don't view it that way, or do you think I'm just
too many?
Okay.
But I think Sweet 16. Now there's going to be a segment of this fan base that's not going to be satisfied if they go to the Final Four, and Tennessee ought to go to the Final Four at some point. But I think Sweet 16 is the sweet spot.
That should be a success.
To be a success, yeah.
I decided to write this down so I could try and get it right. I had contend for a regular season SEC title, and that to me means a lot. I also had earn a favorable seeding in the NCAA tournament because, guys, that's so much about matchups, and if you don't get that nice seeding, then you've really got to struggle. And then I think win a couple of games. Play your best basketball in March. Pat Summitt's thing. How many times did we hear her say that?
And if you get beat in the Sweet 16, get beat in a good game like Purdue or Loyola. Don't get blown out by like
Oklahoma State,
Oregon State, or whoever it was last year.
Compete,
Yeah, the interesting thing, though, is that was a good game against Loyola. If you'd had Kyle Alexander, he would have been worth a point. You probably get through there, and you may be the team that makes the Final Four. That was probably your year to do it. Ifs and buts, candy and nuts, et cetera, et
Merry
cetera.
Christmas we would have.
But nobody around here took that as, it was a close game. They played well, but because it was Loyola Chicago.
And they had the sister, man. They had a direct line.
Nobody accepted the loss. I don't know. I think a Sweet 16, past the Sweet 16, it's kind of just coin flip for all these teams. Because, we've seen Duke go in there with a great team and lose. You saw the number 1 seed in the tournament in Virginia go out in the first round. A lot of it is who you match up with and how hot you are at the time, and do you hit your shots on that day?
Do you hit your shots on that day?
So to me, if you get to the Sweet 16, that's a good expectation.
Yeah.
It's hard to say anything more than that is an expectation. Goal, yes.
Yeah.
Expectation's
Right.
tough. All right. So we say Sweet 16 to make it a success. Very good. Chuck Cavaleris, Isaiah Victor, thanks for coming in here. Mike Strange,
Good to
our
see
old
you
buddy,
guys
thanks for
again.
being here, man. It's good to have you. And thanks to all of you for watching. We'll be back here live next week as well for the post-bowl game show, and wanted to send out condolences to our friend Marlon Walls, who's dealing with a death in his family this week. So we're thinking of you, Marlon, and we'll see you all right back here, as the camera says bye-bye already. We'll see you right back here next week.